Down below is the beautiful city of Kotor, Montenegro, and behind it, the Bay of Kotor. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to another edition of Borders on Budgets. On this episode, I'll show you how we can climb and get an elevated view of Kotor without spending for the tourist admission. Certainly a highlight within Kotor is the climb of the old town's fortress to reach the castle of St. John, which is 940 meters higher than the old town. The route taking hikers zigzags through the city's old town before eventually allowing visitors to climb the walls of the city's old fortress and eventually reaching the castle of St. John. The popular method to climb the Kotor Fortress is to take the route through the old town to the castle of St. John. However, we are going to bypass these cobblestone streets and walk around the town in order to circumnavigate the €8 entrance fee. After exiting the walls of the old town, the goal of today's hike is to climb the mountains surrounding Kotor. Kotor has developed the reputation of having a large feral cat population. With limited natural space and earth in the walled city, I'm likely standing in one of the world's largest litter boxes. The river Shkurda is outside the old town walls, and this river leads to the Bay of Kotor. It will be that body of water which will get a better view once we start to climb the mountain surrounding Kotor. Weaving our way behind the old power station, this is how to avoid paying the €8 fee to climb the fortress walls along Bedham Mountain. The secretive path to avoid paying the entrance fee toward climbing the walls of Kotor can't be too secretive when there are signs pointing the way. After the first switchback, this is the initial elevated view of Kotor and the Bay of Kotor. It would be better, save if these power lines weren't here. The purpose of this rocky path, besides the modern-day avoidance of a tourist admission, is that it was constructed to link Kotor with the ancient Montenegrin capital of Cetinje. This is an impressive display of patience and sleuthing by this feline, as it's been patiently waiting by my bag as it is able to smell the unopened cans of tuna. Are you resting here because it's a shady spot, or are you contemplating the fact that there are wolves and danger ahead?
We don't speak English.
Patience is its own virtue, and for this cat, it'll be rewarded with lunch. If it's all about location, 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 these house owners certainly have the market captured when trying to quench the thirst of dehydrated hikers along the route to the castle and the church of St. John overlooking Kotor. And talking of overlooking, certainly the patio has a fantastic view overlooking the Bay of Kotor, once again, save for the hydro poles. I was prepared to drop a coin at this house, but I guess it's not warm enough for them to stay open. I'm asking for directions, so we've got a junction. We can go straight or we can go left. Which way do we go?
I guess I don't know about this way, but if you turn left and you go that serpentine up, you will find a decent cafe where we called beer, and then you go through. On the other side, you will find a small old church, and then you take right and you find a hole in that wall and you get in a castle. Yeah.
Beautiful! And that's how to save €8.
That's right.
Yes.
Terrific. Oh, no, yeah, no. It feels like no problem.
No problem.
Thanks. Well, the other house was closed. This house is open. €2 for one beer. Not exorbitant, but considering I didn't pay for breakfast and I shared the tuna with the cat, we're okay. Here's the view from this patio. And yes, once again, a telephone pole obscures the vision. So how did you come up?
I come up on this place. Come here. I pay €8
times now 4. So the city of Kotor got the money out of your group.
Yeah, and we down on this way freeway.
Rise up this morning with the rising sun.
That one beer turned into a free rakia. Given that we're at the midday sun, this is as good place as any to sit in the shade. Joining me for this portion of the hike along Bedham Mountain is Philip from Luxembourg. I need him as much as stabilization and a guide as anything else. 3 rakia and that beer at that pit stop. I'm feeling it on an empty stomach in a warm day. Okay, I know enough not to take a misstep to my left. Wow, how dare you drink something healthy like water? That takes away all the fun of the hike. Heathen. So somehow I missed that turnoff to cut through the walls of the fortress in order to walk onto the fortress walls. So besides jamming myself out of that opportunity, I probably have somehow screwed up Philip's once-in-a-lifetime Montenegrin hike. Okay, the good thing about this spot is the panoramic view of Kotor and the Bay of Kotor is absolutely magnificent. The bad thing is I don't see the walls of the Kotor Fortress anywhere in sight, and it leads me to think that yes, we, and now I can include Philip, we made a left instead of making a right. So, while there's still enough daylight, we're going to backtrack to where we were served, or I was served, the rakia, and see if at that point we turn right and sneak through the hole in the wall there and walk along the fortress. Yes, it definitely was a turn right. We missed the castle of St. John by this much. Well, 4 hours later than anticipated, here is the famed hole in the wall that allows those who have chosen not to spend for €8 to eventually get onto the walls of the fortress. And this overlooks the Bay of Kotor. So even if we wound up spending more time than necessary getting to the spot, we're at this spot to watch the sunset. This is the castle of St. John with its magnificent view overlooking Kotor, the old town of Kotor, and the Bay of Kotor. Well, and so ends this hike of the Kotor Fortress, otherwise known as the Ladder of Kotor. We learned 3 lessons today. 1, if you go to save admission fees, don't expect the signage to your final destination to be accurate. 2, don't drink rakia on an empty stomach and a hot day. And 3, most importantly, don't trust any guides who say that they're from Luxembourg. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Borders on Budgets. A reminder, borders on budgets, long distance hikes, slices of life, not a lot of money. From Kotor, Montenegro, I thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. I guess the €8 admission fee to climb the walls of the Kotor Fortress doesn't include regular garbage pickup.